So with all of this in mind, let's finish this off. So for D, the square root of x to the 10th, well, if you have x to the 10th, then you know you're going to have 5 pairs of x's, 5 pairs of x's in there, right? You're going to have 10 x's written out. And that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs with nothing left over. And each one of those pairs is going to come out as a single x, so you're going to be left with x to the 5th. If we have x to the 21st, well, I'm going to think of the fact that I have x to the 20th times x, and in that x to the 20th, I'm going to have 10 pairs of x's. So that's going to come out as x to the 10th, and you're going to have an x left over, no partner there. Now I'm going to treat this coefficient differently, right? I'm going to treat this as square root of 9 times square root of x to the 8th, because I can do that. Square root of 9, I happen to know is 3. And with the x to the 8th, again, the question is how many pairs of x's am I going to have? And that's going to be 4. So that's going to come out as 3x to the 4th. For this one, square root of 50, I'm going to say that 25 goes into 50 2 times. And the square root of 25 I can factor out, simplify, but the 2x is going to stay inside, right? Or the other thing I could do is factor completely. I could write that as 5 times 10 times x, but 10 can then be written as 5 times 2. I have a pair of 5s, so I can pull out the 5, and the 2x remains. For number H, I could write it out, right? Square root of 50. Well, what I know from before is that the 5 is going to come out from the 25. The 2 is going to be left over. With that x to the 3rd, I have one full pair of x that's going to come out as an x, one left over that's going to stay inside. So in short, if you have a pair of anything, it's going to come out. I'm going to do the same thing over here. 75 is 25 times 3, and then I have x to the 4th. I'm going to write this out, and y to the 3rd. So if it helps you to write everything out, that's good. 25 is 5 times 5, right? So if you want to be consistent, I have a pair of 5s, that's going to come out. Pair of x's comes out. Another pair of x's comes out. A pair of y's come out. And what's left over is what's left over, a 3 and a y. And then this I can write in much more compact form. So let's do that. That becomes 5x squared y times the square root of 3y. So in summary, whatever you have a pair of numbers or a pair of variables, that's going to come out as kind of a single representative.